They'll laugh now, but clap later. That's the way this journey works. You will never be taken seriously by small minds when you're trying to live a big life. That dream inside of you, that business idea, that book, that career switch, that new beginning, they can't see it because it wasn't given to them. It was given to you. So yeah, they'll laugh when you're broke and starting over, when you walk away from that safe job, when you say no to what the world says yes to. They'll call you crazy before they call you courageous. But let me tell you something. Don't take your eyes off the finish line just because the crowd's laughing at your first steps. People laughed at the Wright brothers when they said humans could fly. They laughed at Oprah when she said she'd be more than just a talk show host. They laughed at Edison when he failed 1,000 times trying to make a light bulb. But here's the punchline. The ones who laugh now always clap later. They clap when the vision becomes visible. They clap when the impossible becomes undeniable. People mock what they don't understand. It's been that way forever. When someone has the courage to step outside the ordinary and go after something extraordinary, they become a target. That's because most people only operate within the boundaries of what they know, what they've seen, and what feels safe. So when you show up talking about building a business, writing a book, becoming a star, or changing the world, their first instinct is to laugh. Not because your dream is funny, but because it exposes their limitations. Your ambition highlights their complacency. And instead of dealing with that discomfort, they choose to mock you. But that laughter isn't really about you. It's about them. It's their insecurity talking. It's their fear dressing up as humor. That giggle you hear when you talk about your goals, that's the sound of someone who gave up on their own a long time ago. Now, this part is where it gets tricky, because their laughter doesn't always come from enemies. Sometimes it's your own family, your closest friends, people who claim they love you, and they might love you, but they don't love your dream. They love who you were. They love the version of you that made them comfortable, the one that didn't challenge their thinking. So when you change, when you start dreaming big, speaking bold, and acting with confidence, it rattles them. They don't recognize you anymore. And instead of asking questions, instead of getting curious, they get critical. They dismiss your dreams before they've even seen your grind. But let me tell you something powerful. None of that laughter has anything to do with your ability. People laughed at the Wright brothers when they said man could fly. People laughed at Oprah when she said she'd be more than just a news anchor. They laughed at Elon Musk. They laughed at Tyler Perry. They laughed at Walt Disney. But guess what? None of that laughter stopped the vision from unfolding. Because the truth is, greatness requires the ability to be misunderstood. If everyone gets you, you're probably playing too small. If everyone agrees with you, then maybe you're not dreaming big enough. So don't let laughter be the thing that derails you. Let it be a signal. Let it be a sign that you're on to something. If people are laughing, you're probably walking in uncharted territory. That's a good thing. It means you're not recycling someone else's dream. You're creating your own. And creators always look crazy until the creation is complete. Hold your head up when they laugh. Keep building. Keep grinding. Keep showing up. Because soon enough, they won't be laughing. They'll be watching. They'll be studying your moves, asking how you did it, wanting advice. They'll forget they ever laughed at all. But you'll remember, and it won't make you bitter. It'll make you grateful. Because you'll realize that every laugh was a test of your resilience, a test of your faith. And you passed. They laughed at the caterpillar before it became a butterfly. But the butterfly never needed their approval to fly. Neither do you. Keep moving. Keep growing. Let them laugh now. Your applause is on the way. And when it comes, it'll be so loud it'll drown out every voice that ever doubted you. Keep going. Every dream comes with a period of loneliness. Not because you've done something wrong, but because elevation requires separation. The higher you go, the fewer people you'll see at your level. That's the cost of growth. When you decide to chase something bigger than yourself, you will find yourself walking away from what's familiar. The friends who were cool with the old version of you might not vibe with the evolving you. The family who used to cheer you on might grow silent when you start thinking bigger than they've ever imagined. It's painful. It's confusing, but it's part of the process. You've got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. See, everyone loves you when you're on their level. When you're hanging out, doing what they do, going where they go, thinking how they think, everything is smooth. But the moment you begin to change your habits, upgrade your mindset, focus on your goals, people start calling you different. And they don't say it as a compliment. They say it like you're betraying something, but you're not betraying them. You're just answering a call they refuse to hear. Your dream won't wait for them to get ready. If you want it, you've got to be willing to go without applause, without affirmation, without agreement. You've got to learn how to clap for yourself. There's something sacred about that lonely path. It's where your character gets built. It's where your discipline is forged. It's where you learn how to talk to yourself when nobody else is talking to you. That's what makes the difference between winners and wishers. Anybody can move when the crowd is cheering. But the real game changers are the ones who keep moving when it's dead silent. When the phone stops ringing. When the invitations stop coming. When the likes and comments slow down. That's where the magic happens. Because you're no longer running on hype. You're running on hunger. Don't expect everybody to understand your grind. It wasn't assigned to them. It was assigned to you. Your vision was given to you for a reason. It's yours to carry. And yours to protect. Yours to bring to life. And yes, it's heavy. Yes, it gets lonely. But that's how you know it's worth it. Easy things don't build legends. Struggles do. Sacrifice does. Silence does. Let the loneliness teach you. Let it mold you. Let it sharpen you. Because what's coming next will require a version of you that's focused, fierce, and unshakable. You can't become that version if you're always surrounded by noise. Sometimes God silences the room so you can hear yourself think. So you can realign with your purpose. So you can separate from what's draining you and step into what's designed for you. One day, you'll look back at this lonely chapter and smile. Not because it was easy, but because it prepared you. Because it taught you how to stand tall without a crowd. Because it taught you how to move forward when no one was watching. That's strength. That's power. And that's exactly what you'll need when the spotlight finally finds you. So don't fear the quiet. Don't run from the isolation. Embrace it. Grow in it. Grind through it. Because the ones who laugh the loudest, they'll be the same ones clapping the hardest when it's your season. But you won't need their applause. Because you already built your own stage in silence. There's a moment in every dreamer's life when you've got to grind in the dark. No spotlight, no stage, no audience. Just you, your vision, and the discipline to keep showing up when nobody's watching. That's the real battleground. Not when the cameras are flashing, but when the alarm clock rings at 5 a.m. and you've got to make a choice, sleep or sacrifice. Most people choose comfort. But you've got to choose commitment. And here's the truth. Your future will always respond to what you're doing when nobody else is looking. People want the glory but skip the grind. They want the applause without the effort. But success don't work like that. It doesn't come dressed in gold and lights. It comes covered in sweat, sacrifice, and silent nights of doubt. You've got to learn how to dig deep when your energy is low. Push forward when your bank account is dry. Believe hard when your heart is heavy, because in those quiet, grueling moments, something powerful is being built inside you. Resilience. You see, the grind is where champions are made. That's where you build habits, sharpen skills, and grow roots. When a tree starts growing, it doesn't shoot into the sky on day one. No, it grows down before it grows up. It establishes its foundation underground before it ever breaks the surface. You've got to be like that. Let your roots grow deep in discipline, patience, and purpose. People may not see it yet, but you're getting stronger with every early morning, every late night, every sacrifice no one claps for. And the hardest part, you won't always see instant results. That's why most people quit. They work hard for a week, a month, maybe a year. And when they don't get the breakthrough, they stop. But what they don't realize is the breakthrough doesn't belong to the most talented. It belongs to the most consistent. The one who keeps showing up. The one who keeps doing the right thing long enough to reap the right results. That's the real game. Stay in motion when everyone else is sitting down. And while you're grinding, people will question you. They'll laugh. They'll doubt you. Why are you working so hard? You ain't even famous yet. Ain't nobody checking for you. Smile at them. Let them talk. Because their noise isn't your confirmation. Your grind is. Their laughter doesn't determine your outcome. Your work ethic does. Remember, the same people who mocked Noah for building the ark were the same ones trying to get on when the rain came. You've got to protect your dream with silence and action. Don't broadcast every move. Don't post every plan. Just grind. Quietly, daily, relentlessly. Let your results be your response. Let your fruit speak louder than your flex. And when the day comes that the world finally catches up to your value, when your name rings out, when the stage lights hit, when the success shows up, they'll clap loud. But by then, you'll already be moving on to the next goal, because you didn't grind for applause. You grinded for purpose. So today, while they laugh, keep working. Keep sacrificing. Keep sharpening. Because the harvest is coming. And when it does, every late night, every silent tear, every ignored sacrifice, it'll all make sense. You're not doing this to impress them. You're doing this to elevate you. Stay focused. Stay faithful. Because trust me, they'll laugh now, but they'll clap later. One of the greatest tests you will ever face on your journey to success is rejection. Rejection from people you trusted. Rejection from opportunities you prayed for. Rejection from the very world you're trying to impact. And let me tell you something. You've got to get real comfortable with hearing no without letting it stop your go. Because every time someone shuts a door in your face, it ain't the end of your story. It's just a redirection. A divine setup for something even greater. You've got to train your mind to stop seeing rejection as a wall and start seeing it as a detour sign. You see, rejection builds a fire inside of you that acceptance never could. When everybody's clapping, you get comfortable. When everybody's cheering, you start relaxing. But when they laugh at you, when they turn their back, when they say you're not good enough, something you has to rise up and say, watch me. That's what separates the dreamers from the doors. Rejection can either break your spirit or build your hunger. The choice is yours. I know it hurts. I know it stings. I know what it feels like when you give your best and get dismissed. When you pour your heart into a dream and nobody shows up to support it. But don't you dare let that make you shrink. Don't you dare let that make you stop. You keep showing up. Because every no you hear is just another step closer to that one yes that changes everything. And here's the truth most people don't want to hear. The applause doesn't come first. The loneliness does. The discipline does. The rejection does. See, success is backward like that. You don't get validated first. You get ignored. You get overlooked. That's the testing ground. Life's way of asking, how bad do you really want it? Are you just doing this for the fame, for the followers, for the praise? Or are you doing it because this is your calling, your mission? You've got to build a spirit that can handle closed doors without closing your heart. A mind that can hear you're not good enough and still believe in your own greatness. Because let me tell you something, every legend you admire, every successful person who's now being celebrated, has a history of rejection. Every one of them. But they didn't let it define them. They let it refine them. So if they laugh at you, let them laugh. If they doubt you, let them doubt. Let it all fuel you. Because your job is not to convince them. It's to outwork them. To outlast the doubt. To stay in the game when most would have given up. And when you finally break through, when your name is spoken with respect, when your work touches lives, when your vision becomes a reality, those same people will be in the crowd clapping. But by then, you'll have learned the secret the claps don't make you. The grind did. So today, if you're facing rejection, I want you to stand tall and lean in. Use it. Turn every no into momentum. Turn every laugh into fuel. Because if you don't quit, if you keep rising, if you keep showing up with passion and power, they won't just stop laughing. They'll start clapping. And not just for what you've done, but for what you overcame to get there. Let me know if you want me to continue with the fifth keynote. Here is the expansion of the fifth keynote of the speech. They'll laugh now, but clap later in a Steve Harvey inspired tone, 600 words, without headings. There comes a moment in your life when you have to stop explaining yourself to people who never had the courage to believe in anything big. You have to stop trying to justify your grind, your hustle, your late nights and early mornings to folks who ain't never built anything worth clapping for. Because the truth is, not everyone is meant to see the vision. Not everyone is qualified to understand the fire that burns inside of you. And that's okay. Stop wasting your breath trying to convince small minds of your big dreams. That's not your job. Your job is to build. You want to silence the doubters. Stop talking and start producing. Let your work become your witness. Let your consistency do the talking. Because eventually, the same people who questioned you will start quoting you. The same ones who laugh will be taking notes. But here's the secret. They won't start clapping because they suddenly believe in your dream. They'll clap because your results won't give them a choice. They'll clap because success makes noise that's impossible to ignore. When you start rising, you'll notice something. Those who doubted you will try to act they always supported you. They'll pretend they saw the potential from the start. But don't let it get to your head. Stay humble, stay grounded, because the applause is not the reward. The growth is. The lessons, the resilience, the strength you built when no one believed in you. That's the real prize. You didn't go through all that pain, all those setbacks, just for a round of applause. You went through it to become someone who can handle everything that's coming your way. You're going to lose people. You're going to outgrow conversations. Your circle is going to get smaller. That's part of the process. Growth comes with isolation, but don't let that scare you. Let it sharpen you. Let it focus you. Because when the lights finally hit you, you'll know it wasn't luck. It was obedience. It was sacrifice. It was the courage to walk alone when no one clapped, when no one supported, when no one saw what you saw. And that's why, when the clapping finally comes, it won't shake you. You'll smile, you'll nod, but you'll keep building. Because you've already been through the fire. You've already had the nights when you cried alone, the days when you almost gave up, and the moments when you looked in the mirror and reminded yourself why you started. That's why you'll handle the claps with humility, because you know what it costs to earn them. So if people are laughing at your dream, good. Let them. That laughter is fuel. That doubt is firewood. Stack it up. Keep working. Keep showing up. Because one day they'll look at what you've built, the life, the legacy, the impact, and they won't be able to deny it. They'll clap because they have to. But you'll already be on to the next goal, the next mission, the next mountain to climb. Because once you've tasted purpose, applause just becomes background noise. So keep moving, keep believing, keep building. Because the people who laugh now, they won't be laughing for long, they'll be clapping. And when they do, you'll know deep down, it wasn't the claps that got you here. It was the grind, the grit, the God in you. That's what made it all possible. In the end, what matters most is not who laughed, but who dared to keep going. Your dream was never meant to be understood by everyone. It was given to you for a reason. You were chosen to carry that vision, to walk that road, and to endure the silence before the applause. The laughter you hear now is only temporary noise. It's the sound that comes before the storm of your success. So let them laugh, let them point, let them doubt. Because every great story starts with disbelief. But your story, it's being written right now in the quiet, in the sacrifice, in the hard decisions you're making behind the scenes. One day, those chapters filled with struggle will become the very parts people celebrate. One day, those who laughed will look at you with awe. And on that day, the sound of applause will echo, not just in rooms, but in hearts. Not because you chased validation, but because you stayed faithful to the calling on your life.